There's a story that's not being told, the story of Jerusalem, Judea, and Samaria. The world has condemned it as the occupied West Bank. Could it be the biblical and historical heartland of Israel? Hear the miraculous stories of true pioneers who have dedicated their lives to the restoration of this land. Discover what's being hidden by mainstream news and media. Experience extraordinary places that few people even know exist. Join us for the Joshua and Caleb Report, stories from the heartland of Israel.
Michael Lourie, fantastic to be here with you. We're in the community, guys, just to give the film just an update on where we are. We're in the community of Pnei Kedem with Michael Lourie. We're excited to talk to Michael just about his personal story and just this community, being actually a part of the founding of this community and as well as taking it into the farms. We're talking about a Jew settling in Judea. That's the most fantastic thing, and I think the world needs to know about that. The world needs to know that there's actually Jews back in Judea. That's like my punchline to this entire thing with you is going to be, you're a Jew living in Judea. We're talking about something from 2000 way back. We're talking way back. When did Jews first come to Judea? I mean, you don't even know. Like, this is.
So I grew up in Australia, like I said, and we were raised in a very Zionistic manner in a religious movement called Pnei Kedem. And I ended up making Aliyah in 1987, 1988, and I went straight, I was in yeshiva, I learned in yeshiva, then I went to the army. I joined the paratrooper corps, the Nachal Brigade, which was foot soldiers and paratrooping as well. And what I liked about that actually probably set me on a path where I am today, because I found this group of people that decided to join the army, where they were actually together with the army. They went to the kibbutz and worked the land on the kibbutz and went to the yeshiva to learn the Torah. And I like that whole idea, whatever I was brought up on, which was love for the land of Israel, working the land of Israel, love for the Torah of the Jewish people, and just the love of Israel, the nation, and serving in the army. You couldn't get a better combination. I wasn't really interested in, agriculture or farming or definitely not establishing a new settlement. And then I sort of was interested. I said, you know what, I'm sort of interested, and I tried to look up some places, and I found this guy who was an old friend of mine, and he said, I'm trying to start this place, not here, near Ofra. Okay. I don't know if you've been near Ofra before, so there's a place about 1 kilometre south of Ofra. And then I said, oh, that's great, I'm going to be really interested. He says, I've seen hundreds of you, you've come and you go, you don't do anything. This was in 1994, so it was just after the Oslo Accords, about a year or two after the Oslo Accords, it was actually 96, so I was like a couple of years after, and they said, there's no more establishing settlements anymore. That's it, there's no more.
Before that it was
And
open.
I said, don't tell me no more, I don't know for an answer. And so it started I think I met them in 97 it was, and so then 98, and I said, we really got to do it, and I was really gung. I was before the internet, before the Facebook or the WhatsApp or the smartphones. Anything that we know today, it was like, go write a sign, print it up on Word, print it, put it up next to a synagogue in Jerusalem, and hopefully get a phone call. Eventually, after many places, what happened was what they used to do, we were working with Amana. They're a body that establishes all the settlements. Zambish, you maybe have heard of him. He's a really big guy. He's a righteous guy, very big tzaddik, and he's established a lot of these points. So he sent us from place to place, and he sent us down in the valley where they've got quarries. And they said, okay, you're going to establish the settlement down next to the quarry.
What year is that?
This was 1998. And they said, this is a great place, and then they called us up, they go, you can't do it. Every time it was like, they sent us to a place, and then 10 minutes later, no, you can't do it there. Oh, no, you can't do it there. So then they can't do it there because the quarry, you can't breathe in that dust, it'll be dangerous. So then my wife saw some lines, cables coming up here, and she saw electricity cables. She said, there must be some settlement up there. Let's look. Oh, yeah, there's a settlement up there called Mitzad, which is the settlement over there. It's more of an ultra-Orthodox community. And here they had, 50, 60 caravans abandoned. So we made it up here, and they said, okay, this is the place.
What was here before?
there were caravans that settlement put here, but they never managed to populate them, and Arabs from the area came and destroyed most of the infrastructure. It was literally 1 month before the Second Intifada, so it was the August 30th. We're now celebrating 17 years. So August 30th, Wednesday, 30th of August, I think it's soon, in 2 weeks' time. So 17 years. So that's how we started and got here. You know, I started this place, and I've got now a lot of agriculture here. The dream is to have a thriving, nice community with nice people here, people being respectful of one another, as ecological as we can be.
That's awesome. Michael, I want to go around. I want to see just a little bit of the community, introduce us, maybe just to kind of around the area, but I also want to go to your farm.
Yeah, sure,
and get connected to what you're doing and building the land.
100%.
Just like the thing we left out was the prophets talked about settling the agriculture, that the agriculture would be restored to the land,
100%.
and you're also involved in that level. So I want to get into a little bit of the farm aspect as well.
Would love to.
So I'm only seeing a couple like permanent structures. I'm seeing a lot of caravans.
Yes.
Like a lot of people that are going to be watching this don't quite understand the dynamics of what and how a community gets started. So why in the world why haven't you finally, you've been here 17 years, why haven't you built a house? Come on, for goodness sakes. Living in this little panel place, you know, you said you get 140 kilometer-hour winds, so wouldn't it be nice to actually be in something that you don't think is going to blow away?
Yeah. It's a great question. You know, we had important things that we wanted to do at the beginning. It was very hard to build the beginning because we were very worried about what could happen. The building really only started here, say, 7 to 8 years ago when people started building. Well, they could. It's all, unfortunately, it's all illegal here. They could come and bulldoze all the houses here, even though it is on state land. It's not on any Arab private land. You know, we haven't like disregarded an Arab community and chucked them out or anything like that. And we want to invest in the agriculture. You know, really.
Should we walk towards your house? Like towards your dream
to the building?
Let's go to the dream home.
Yeah, it's 5 minutes.
Yeah, see what we got around here.
A lot of people here, there's all different types of professions. There's teachers, there's high-tech, either Jerusalem or the centre of the Gush, which is 15 minutes away. So you have teachers, you have high-tech. We've got a doctor here, we've got a dentist here. Some people work from home. All different types of professions. I'm personally a real estate agent. There's also another house that was
You're a real estate agent?
I'm a real estate agent and farmer as well.
Nice. So question,
over here, this is my house building.
That's your house? Nice.
Yeah.
So wait a second, so the lower level's done?
The lower level's almost done. If you want, we can go and have a... Do you want to have a look at a peek inside?
They're working now?
Yeah, they're working. You know, we've been debating and the best house and nicest... try to build the nicest house possible. They started working about 10 months ago. So there's some progress here. This area should be ready, and then we're going to do the top floor, which is our floor upstairs, probably about 6 to 7 months.
So you got another floor upstairs?
Yeah. This is just for the renters, and also for my olive oil. We talked about farming, so I've got a bit of a So the olive oil is going to come.
The press?
No, it won't be a press. It'll be an olive oil makhzan, which is a storage place. Okay, you can go left, it'll be easier, I think.
All right, guys, we're going to do one more thing. We're going to jump in the cars, and you're going to take us to your farm, right?
Of course.
Let's check out the olive groves and the vineyards, right?
Yep, I'll tell you the whole story up there.
Well, let's do it.
It's a story. To go to, not the middle, go to the end, and we'll just go left as far as it can go.
Keep going up here to the very end, Luke, and then we'll take a left.
The very end of the olive grove.
On the left, go to the very end.
And we'll talk about how this all happened. I still look at it, I don't understand. I really don't understand.
How many trees do you have here?
1,100.
1,100.
About 30 now.
They look pretty young. It's a hard start.
17 years ago now.
Nah, they're 10 years old.
10 years.
You got to understand it. If you look around, there was absolutely nothing. The Arabs used to cross, okay? Our yellow gate, every single day with the sheep. I got nothing against Arabs, but you know, it can lead to problems. They look, they're there, then they can cause harm. So this project, I think, in my eyes, together with the sheep farm on the other side, is something it's a personal miracle almost. It really is. Wow. It really is. So the guy said, you got to plant. So we said, okay, fine. So we got some help, assistance, and we said olive trees. Someone said plant olive trees. We planted over there in 2002. The Arabs came with we didn't have it fenced in. It wasn't very professional. We were paying 7.5 shekels, which is $2 a cube of litre of water, cube of water. It was insane. I mean, it was just ridiculous. I didn't know what I was doing. Today I have a little bit more knowledge, then I had absolutely no idea. But we're connected to the land, we're excited. I got some investors, my friends. We were connected to the land, we're happy. We didn't know what we were doing. The Arabs came, they destroyed everything in my field, my friend's field, 1,000 trees just gone overnight. They destroyed it, they cut it down, they this, they that, the other. Then there was the disengagement, unfortunately, of Gush Katif, which you've heard of in 2005, which was 12 years ago. So just after that, the Chativa Tashfut, which is the settlement division of the Jewish agency that are located in Jerusalem, who have helped the Jewish people come back to Israel since the last 100 plus years. So they also now help the settlement division, helps us, helps us guys here. And they said, you know what? Because of the disengagement plan, the thing is now is to grab as much land as possible. State land, let's grab it. There's a lot of state land, it's empty. So they said 50 dunam to every agriculture, every farmer. I'm a farmer like I'm an astronaut. But I planted, they go, okay, yeah, they brought these guys from Efrat and this one and that one. And they said, you got to plant olives. That's how we got to the olives. Olives was a bit of a mistake because we're high altitude, the winds here are mad. We're 950 here, we're 950 meters above sea level, okay? It's cold here at night during the winter, during the summer. We planted these olives. I sort of neglected the field, so, you know, unfortunately it wasn't the best. And then I decided to go organic and to really hop into it. I straightened up all the trees. You don't see them here because I started taking them out because the trees are fairly straight. And I said, you know, the olives are taking a very long time, you know, with all due respect. But we're 950 meters above sea level. So I looked for a partner. I said, grapes, it's going to work here. I don't know. It could work. It may work. With God's help, it'll work. We'll do what we have to do. I found a partner. There was a new guy here on this settlement. He was like working for the nature reserve. I said, oh, maybe you'll be okay. You work in the green. Maybe you'll do it. No one wants to be my partner. He says, okay, sounds good. So he been my partner. We planted the 3 dunam. We'll go see it. Maybe we'll walk down there.
Yes, yeah.
We'll walk down there. So we planted the 3 dunam. Just down here, as a guinea pig. We said, okay, let's see what happens. So then we decided to plant these little sticks in January of 2010. And lo and behold, they go to sleep during the winter, as you know. And in the spring, in April, a couple of months later, they woke up and these babies started growing 1/2 meter, 2 meters. All the farmers who laughed at me and said I was a madman. You have to be a madman when you do stuff like that. And guys, they started growing, and as you can see,
Guys, what I think is most amazing, we've just spent a lot of time running around here seeing all the work that you've done, Michael. And what I believe is most amazing about it, for one, we already talked about this. You're a Jewish man living in Judea. I just can't, the world needs to know that. This is where you're supposed to be.
That's a miracle in
itself.
itself.
A miracle in itself. Two, we've got, Michael, you are facilitating a return to the land, a community being established, which is like number 2 on the big list here. You get the return happening, you're building the communities. And number 3, you're part of the agricultural redemption. I was talking to a Jewish man the other day and he says, everybody needs to do a little bit more than they can, and then we'll see this redemption come. And I believe that's you. You're doing a little bit more than is possible. Obviously, how in the world is it possible to be involved in the agriculture, involved in building the communities, involved in the return of the Jewish people to the land of Israel? So I just want to say, Caleb and I both, amazing. Thank you for doing what you're doing, and we just say much success to you and the work that you're doing here in the land. So much success to you.